Our world feels normal, routine. It seems like this is just how humanity has always been. But it's not even close. We are living in the most sophisticated, engineered our needs world in human history for the very first time. We have the luxury to forget about survival, food, shelter, security. We just take them for granted. But we are a privileged few for over 99.99% of human history. Life was utterly different, and there is no single human history. Our story is a mosaic of many. Our story begins 6 million years ago when our lineage split from the apes, the first true humans. The genus Homo emerged 0.8 million years ago. We like to think of ourselves as the only humans, but that's a fantasy. When Homo sapiens appeared 100,000 years ago, we shared the planet with at least 6 other human species. Cousins, with comparable intelligence and power. It must have been like living with aliens. Some of them were incredibly successful. Homo erectus, for example, survived for 2 million years. That's 10 times longer than we have existed. The last of our cousins vanished around 10,000 years ago. We don't really know why. We carry traces of their DNA in our own. So there was some mixing, but not enough to be a merger. Did they lose the battle for resources, or was it something darker? We may never know. The point is, only we remain for nearly 2 million years. Early humans used tools, but made very little progress. Then, they tamed fire. Fire was a revolution. It meant cooking, making food more nutritious and fueling the growth of our brains. It provided light, warmth, and protection. It was a tool for hunting. Life became less about sheer survival. By 300,000 years ago, most human species lived in hunter-gatherer societies. They had fire, tools, rituals, and cultures, and they talked to each other likely in a primitive proto-language. This leads to a fascinating thought experiment. How far back could we go in a time machine? Steal a baby and raise them today without anyone noticing a difference? Anatomically, modern humans emerged 100,000 years ago, but the consensus is that the limit is about 70,000 years. Before that, a baby would likely lack the crucial genetic mutations needed for modern language and abstract thought. Then, about 50,000 years ago, something exploded. Tools and weapons became sophisticated. Art and culture blossomed. Why? Because humans had now developed a multi-purpose brain and a complex language. We could communicate information effectively, down to the finest detail. This allowed for something life had never achieved: true, flexible, large-scale cooperation. This is our superpower, not our weak bodies or mediocre senses, but our ability to work together in vast, intricate networks. We became able to do 3 revolutionary things: expand knowledge quickly, preserve knowledge across generations, and build on past knowledge to gain deeper insight. This broke a cycle. Before, information was slowly passed through genetics. Now, it could be shared, stored, and improved upon. Yet, for the next 40,000 years, life remained largely the same. It's easy to be arrogant about our ancestors, but that is pure ignorance. A human from 50,000 years ago was a master of survival. Their senses were fine-tuned, their mental maps of the territory were impeccable, and they possessed an encyclopedic knowledge of plants and animals. They crafted complex tools that required years of skilled training. Their daily lives demanded such a vast skill set that their average brain size might have actually been larger than ours today. As a group, we know more, but as individuals, they were superior to us. Then, 12,000 years ago, in a blink of evolutionary time, everything changed. Agriculture. This was the great trade-off. Survival no longer required every single individual to be a master of all skills. People could specialize. Some focused on tools, others on crops, others on livestock. This specialization was the seed of civilization. Farming provided a predictable, storable food source, especially grains. Food stocks needed protection, which led to denser communities. These communities needed organization, which led to structures and rules. Villages became cities, cities became kingdoms, and kingdoms became empires. Connections between humans exploded, and with them, the exchange of knowledge. Progress became exponential. About 500 years ago, the scientific revolution began, transforming everything we thought we knew. The Industrial Revolution followed, laying the foundation for our modern world. As efficiency exploded, more people could spend their lives pushing humanity forward. Revolutions kept coming. The computer, the internet, each reshaping our world in a single generation. Let's grasp the sheer speed of this change. It's been 125,000 generations since the first humans. 7,500 generations since anatomically modern humans appeared. Just 5 100 generations since civilization began, 20 generations since we learned how to do science. And the internet became available to most people just 1 generation ago. We have lit up the night with artificial stars, placed people in a metal box in the sky, walked on the moon, and sent robots to other planets. The average high school student today knows more about the cosmos than a scholar from just a few centuries ago. We dominate this planet, yet our rule is fragile. Biologically, we are still the same as our ancestors from 70,000 years ago. But the world we've built has existed for less than 0.001% of human history. We are building a magnificent skyscraper of a civilization, but we're not sure if it's on a solid foundation or on quicksand. So, the next time you miss your train, get a cold burger, or someone cuts in line. Remember the sheer improbability of this human world we've invented in the grand, brutal scope of our history. Perhaps those little things aren't worth the anger. We've created something extraordinary. Let's not forget how precious that is. Thanks for watching.